ये है कि लोड हो जाए पर्सपेक्टिव को खत्म होता है खत्म हो जाएगा
अंदर में
एक कम कर दीजिए
अंदर का बंद
बड़ा चलो इस तक
प्रणाम सर। सर अनम्यूट कीजिए सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग
जी नमस्कार सर। शुरू कर दें? शुरू करें सर?
हाँ श्योर श्योर।
Very warm welcome and respected head staff sir, respected guide sir, and my guest of honor Devashish sir, respected Meenakshi ma'am, Sanjay sir, and all other respected faculties and my co-scholars. Thank you for with your kind permission. Today I would like to present my Ph.D. Viva, myself Jaya. And the topic of my research is the role of micro, small, medium enterprises in the economic development of Bihar, a case study of Patna district. As we all know that micro, small, medium enterprises are backbone of any economy, either developing or developed economy. On 27th June, we celebrate the annual MSME Day. And the MSME minister on 27th June said that MSME is the engine of our economy and entrepreneurs are the driver of that economy. I'm going to present my chapters. It starts from the introduction of MSMEs. The industrial sector has always been the growth engine of any economy. The full name of MSME is the micro, small, medium enterprises. MSMEs plays a pivotal role in the economic development of both developed and developing countries. They account for nearly 95% of enterprises worldwide and 60% of employment. They contribute to approximately 35% of the gross domestic product in the developing countries. Around 50% in developed countries, according to the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, the sector accounts for 30% in India's GDP and nearly 49% to total exports and employs over 110 million people across the country. The micro, small, medium enterprises in India are broadly divided into two major sectors: manufacturing sectors and of production of goods and articles such as textiles, food processing, handicraft, furniture, machinery, and equipment with an objective to convert raw materials into finished products. Secondary sector provides value-added services
हम अपना ऑन किए थे। ले लो ना, दोनों ले लो, अच्छा लगेगा।
Okay, in this slide, I'm presenting the definition of MSMEs. Time to time, the definition of MSME has been revised. Since 2006, MSME classification was based only on investment, with separate limits for manufacturing and service enterprises. In
बोलिए तो
hello, okay. Sorry for the disturbance, sir. The definition of MSME has evolved over time under the MSME Act 2006. Classification was based only on investment with separate limits for manufacturing and service enterprises. Again, in 2015, the bill proposed higher investment limits, while the 2018 bill shifted the criteria to turnover only. Finally, in June 2020,
madam.
the government adopted
Hello,
a
madam.
revised on both investment and
Hello,
annual
can
turnover
you hear me?
with a single.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Don't read out the material. Only give me a shell and features of introduction. Then
Okay.
straight go to the objectives and methodology.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Don't read out the material.
Okay. Sir, the theme of this slide is I wanted to explain that time to time the definition of MSME has been revised according to the need of the market and the economy demand for the growth of the economy. And these are the changing definitions of MSME since 2006 to 2020. It was limited to my study period only. And just now also MSME has been revised, but in my study it is limited only till 2020, sir. Objectives of my study: to study the recent trends and magnitude of MSMEs in Patna, to analyze the performance of MSMEs on production in Patna, to examine the various challenges faced by MSMEs in Patna, to suggest measures to remove economic backwardness of rural and less developed region of the state, to suggest more employment opportunities with less investment. My hypotheses are, there are three hypotheses. There is a positive correlation between growth of MSMEs and employment generation. There has been significant rise in the number of MSMEs, and there is a direct or indirect relationship between financial availability and the growth of MSMEs. My research methodology involves, the present study is an empirical survey of sample scale industrial units in the study area of Patna district. The study is based on both primary and secondary data. Selection of the samples are, my study period starts from since 2016, and the basic theme of, I have divided my study into rural sector and urban sector, and I have calculated 400 respondents, in which 200 respondents are from rural area and 200 respondents are from urban area. And in the rural area, I considered Bihta and Fatwa, and in the urban areas, I considered Patna city and Patliputra. The utility of my research is that, sir, very few studies have been done on the district level studies on MSME, and especially this rural urban diversification is a bit exclusive. Very few studies have been done on the basis of this rural urban division. Rationale of the study is I have 7 chapters, sir, which involves introduction, literature review, MSME India and Bihar overview, role and performance of economic development of MSME in Patna district, comparative impact of, that is financial impact on the growth of MSMEs in rural and urban areas, 6 impact of MSMEs on employment in Patna districts, and 7 chapter consists of findings, suggestions and conclusions. The limitation of my research are, sir, since the data constraints are limited and subjective response, the method used to collect the data, survey, interviews, observation, etc., which may inherent limitants such as potential or biased or limited depth of information. Some official data sources were outdated, especially, sir, secondary data. Outdated or inconsistent, particularly concerning employment generation, investment and revenue in the district level. The availability of secondary data specific to Patna district is limited. Many reports provide that at state level, which restricts the depth of local level analysis. Further studies can be done for the comparative evaluation of other districts in respect of Patna. Second chapter is literature review, sir. In this literature review, I have divided my literature review first on the basis of Indian MSMEs, then on the basis of Bihar studies on the Bihar MSMEs, and next studies on the Patna MSMEs. So on India basis, I got many literature reviews, sir. On Bihar also, like Vipul Prakash Biswajit Ray has done excellent jobs in Bihar MSMEs. And Patna, Ankur Raj, Gagan Raj had also done some studies. Nisha Solanki, Kumar Verma have done some studies on Bihar. Patna, I got 1 or 2. Third chapter is an overview of Bihar and India, comparative evaluation. In this slide, I have compared the gross domestic product GDP data. It is the annual report of India. And here in 2 graphs, I have compared the estimated number of MSMEs in India in sales, service, trade. And here I have compared the employment in these sectors in India. Growth rate of MSME sector in overall industrial sector, sir. As we can see the data from since my study period is from 2006, I have collected the data from 2006 to the 10 years ratio growth scenario. And here it is clearly visible that the growth is overall industrial sector, the growth is 11.6%, and in MSME sector, it is representing 12.6% in 2006. And after 10 years, in 2015-16, the growth is 6.62%, bit declined. But MSME sector, it has constant or growing steadily. Next is export data of MSMEs. Here, these data are also for RBI and PIB source. Major export I have mentioned from our major import-export countries are United States, UAE, Netherlands, China, Singapore, United Kingdom, Germany, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia. As we can see from the graphs, the growth is constantly rising. Next, here comes Bihar, introduction of Bihar MSME. From GDP, it starts. There are 2 data, GDP and GSDP, gross state domestic product, and GDP is gross domestic product. And the comparative evaluation of India and Bihar I have shown in this slide, sir. This is the industrial map of Bihar, sir. Patna and surrounding districts, Hajipur, Munger, Barauni. Industrial map is there. Next is MSMEs in Bihar. This is the 10 years data, sir, since 2011 to 20. And over year growth of units and GSTP. In this slide, I am trying to represent the impact of GST on the growth of MSME in the state. And here is the comparative evaluation of different places in India and Bihar. In Bihar, the number of MSMEs is maximum in Patna. And in India, the number of MSMEs exceeds before Bihar, sir, some top. But Bihar comes under top 10 states. Above Bihar is Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. Lot has been done and lot has been yet to be done, sir. E-commerce in Bihar. E-commerce has a very significant role in the development of MSMEs, sir. These are some famous or good working e-commerce website. SupplyZ, Credit, Doot, Zolblin, Green, Blue, Browns existing in Patna as well as Bihar. Government schemes, sir. In this slide, I have presented different government schemes in Bihar and the number of beneficiaries due to these schemes. Next chapter is role and performance of micro, small, medium enterprises in the economic development of Patna districts. From this slide, I am explaining about the Patna district, sir. This is the industrial map of Patna district. The famous industrial sector are Patliputra. Of my study areas are Patna city, which is 10 kilometers from Patna junction, Patliputra, which is around nearby 8 kilometers, Fatwa, which is 22 kilometers, and Bihta, which is around 32 kilometers. And the number of samples are 100, each for places. Dense urban core, here are the key features of the sectors like Patna city. Dense urban core with strong MSMEs present in retail, garments, and metalworks. Patliputra, host of large number of MSMEs engaged in food processing, packaging, and plastic molding and metal fabrication. Fatwa is mainly agrarian, agro-based textile and packaging MSMEs in rural urban environment. Bihta is upcoming industrial areas with rural background. A new digital MSMEs have been launched in Bihta a few days before. Patna, these are the basic introduction about my district. Patna is the district headquarters, which comprises of 6 subdivisions, and Patna's GDP and Bihar's GDP. This comparative evaluation in this slide, sir. Next is existing number of, these are the secondary data analysis, sir, and it was available on DIC site of Patna district. And the data was 10 years data, only 2016-17 till only 17. The data was available during my study period. So I have compared the registered units, employment and investment data in this chart. And to prove my hypothesis of secondary data, I have used the tool of Carl Pearson coefficient formula to show the correlation. Hypothesis testing of secondary data. I have shown the correlation. The correlation between, my first hypothesis was the relation between growth and employment of Patna district. And I found that, sir, the correlation was 0.87, which was a strong positive correlation between MSME and growth. It is signifying that as the number of MSMEs are growing, the number of employment of the people under MSMEs are equally growing side by side. Next hypothesis was there has been significant rise in the number of MSMEs. For this, I have used the CAGR of the number of units data based on secondary data, sir, and it also shows a significant rise in number of MSMEs over the decade. It rejects null hypothesis. Alternate hypothesis, there has been a significant rise in number of MSMEs, and null hypothesis is there has been no significant rise in number of MSMEs. The CAGR 55%, which is exceptionally high, which clearly demonstrates a significant rise in MSMEs over the decades. Decision rejects null hypothesis. And the third hypothesis is financial impact on MSMEs growth. There is no null hypothesis is there is no significant relation between financial availability and the growth of MSMEs. Here also I proved through CAGR and correlation coefficient, and we can say that R is quite high, 0.96%, which is even higher than unit growth. This surge in investment aligns with rise in number of MSMEs. Hence, it is proved that the number of MSMEs has been rise from gradually from year to year. Conclusion: hypothesis accepted. Final investment significantly drives growth. And here comes my primary data, sir, primary survey to prove my three hypotheses. So these are the survey of respondent: education, caste, marital status, job, reason why they started the business, types of business, MSMEs, categories. Here in data, the major point is that the number of micro enterprises, sir, is in big or huge form, rather compared to small and medium enterprises. And here also I proved my data. There is a positive correlation between growth of MSME and employment generation. I used the chi-square test formula to prove my hypothesis here, and the result, therefore the hypothesis that there is a positive relationship between the growth and employment generation is accepted. Actually, I divided my response of the respondent on the basis of Likert scale according to the questions of my questionnaire. The second hypothesis: MSMEs have no significant impact on employment. Here also I proved it with chi-square test, and I found that p value is much more less than for all statements. The results are significant. Respondent shows strong agreement that MSMEs positively contribute to the employment and MSMEs. This is the second hypothesis, sir. It has been also proved by the same formula. Third hypothesis: there is a direct or indirect relationship between financial availability and growth of MSME. Null hypothesis is there is no significant relation. An alternative hypothesis is there is a direct or indirect relationship between financial availability and growth of MSME. The majority of the respondents agreed that access to finance, bank credit, digital financing, and financial support contributes positively to the growth and expansion of MSME. Since the p value is less than 0.005 level of significance, the null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. Here comes my fifth chapter, sir: comparative analysis of impact of financial availabilities on the performance of rural and urban areas of the state. These are some secondary data analysis, sir. Here also it is proved that number of MSMEs are increasing in rural as well as urban areas both. These are some bank data which I collected from the bank, going by banks. SLBC, state level bankers committee, they provided me the data of different banks, their target and achievement for the growth of MSMEs in Patna district. A rural urban analysis. Here I divided the problems to diagnose the problem in rural and urban sectors, sir. I divided the problems in 5 major parts, that is financial sector, human resource, marketing sector, and my questionnaire was based on that. And then I analyzed that these are the basic serious problems in both the sectors, either rural or urban, like law and order, competition, health facilities, high price of raw materials, social hierarchy, wage rate, lack of information, inadequate demand. Many of the MSME respondents are lacking the market for their products. Exploitation by middlemen, financial support and subsidies, skilled labor force, e-commerce, lack of good distribution network, high legal formalities for loan. These are the basic major problems I found in both the sectors. And here the sixth chapter, I want to explain the impact of MSMEs on employment level in Patna district. Since MSMEs and employment goes side and side, and which leads to further growth of the district. These are the secondary data again, sir, of Patna district employment and number of unit registered as well. And I have shown that their growth percent AGR. These are the graphical presentation of Patna MSMEs, which shows that it has been rising consistently from year to year. Finance, sir, finance plays a major role in the development of any industries. And finance is the backbone of any industries. Here in this chapter, I emphasized on the importance of finance in the MSMEs of Patna district. Here in this graph, I have shown the target and achievement of MSMEs finance through different banks in Patna, Gaya, Saran, Bhagalpur, Champaran, Muzaffarpur. And in all these slides, I experienced that Patna tops the chart. Number of maximum MSMEs, number of commercial zone, and number of employment. In every sector, Patna tops the chart. Seventh chapter is, sir, findings, suggestions, and conclusion. Findings are the Patna division recorded the highest number of enterprises with 574 units representing 28% of total MSMEs in the state. Of these, 481 units are maximum from micro enterprises, belong to my micro category, below 17 small enterprises, and third is medium, 14% belongs to medium enterprises. This indicates that Patna is a hub not only for micro businesses but also for small and medium enterprises, possibly due to better infrastructure and business support system available in the state capital. Primary data analysis of Patna district represents that about 80% of male and nearby 20% of female are active under MSMEs. People with less experience are often absorbed into micro, small, medium enterprises due to the combination of economic necessity, growth potential, and strategic alignment. Maximum number of MSMEs are under micro since it requires low capital, less investment, and provide accessible localized economic opportunities as well as local resources. The relationship between economic growth and urban development is often symbiotic. Urban centers can facilitate both growth by raising the productivity of output and employment by mobilizing and channelizing savings and allowing the accumulation of wealth in the form of urban real estates and through fiscal flows, providing revenue, technology, and social transactions. In Bihar, they utilize the urban-rural linkage for growth potential is yet limited. Despite the availability of financial schemes like Mudra Loan, PMGP, many entrepreneurs face difficulties in accessing institutional credit due to lack of collaterals, complex procedure, and limited awareness of the scheme. The financial gap often forces them to depend on informal credit sources. And these are my suggestions for the growth of MSMEs in Patna sector. There is a need to encourage MSMEs in Patna to adopt modern technology and digital platform for scaling productivity, skill development program with the need of local enterprises. Focus on local strength, capitalize on Patna's potential in sectors like food processing, handicrafts, textiles by promoting clusters and providing targeted support for marginalized communities. Women and differently able to encourage more inclusive growth, development of rural industrial parks in peri-urban. Patna for small-scale manufacturing and agro-based industries, skill development and training sector in collaboration with its polytechnic colleges and universities. For example, Patna University, through its placement cell, entrepreneurship cell, and commerce management departments, has already organized entrepreneurship such as Youthscape to encourage startups among students. MSME Development Institutes, DI, Patna and District Industry Center to educate students among MSMEs registration. Udyam registration, credit schemes, and business support should also be conducted. Promotion of Madhubani paintings, tikuli art, sikki craft, stone carving, and handloom weaving requires minimal capital to raw materials and provide high labor absorption capacity. Encourage women artists and self-help groups to participate in service sector MSMEs, in establishing repair shops, tailoring units, mobile computer services, coaching institutes require low investment in equipments and training, but generate sustainable employment, expands quickly both in rural and urban areas as well. Patna has sites of Golgar, Kumarar, Patna Sahib, Nalanda, Maner, etc. must be encouraged as tourism and hospitality, sir. And the conclusion of my study, the study confirms that MSMEs have substantial impact on employment as well as economic development in Patna district. The structural barriers such as inadequate finance, lack of modernization, as well as migration of workers need urgent attention. Policymakers should design regional specific strategies for MSMEs development, focusing on infrastructure, financial inclusion, technology adoption, full utilization of local resources, as well as simplified credit process and enhance outreach of rural areas. The analysis indicates clear disparities between rural and urban MSMEs in Bihar. Urban enterprises have relatively better access to institutional credit, government schemes, and market opportunities, whereas rural MSMEs rely heavily on informal sources of finance, often at higher interest rate. Financial literacy is significant lower among rural entrepreneurs, which hampers their ability to take advantages of government schemes. The highest priority emerged as support in export with highest rank 1. This rank, I divided my study on the basis of rank, that is the serious problem, moderate problem, or minor problem, for five criteria of Likert scale. Technical support and modern equipments as rank 2, high level formalities for loan with rank 3, lack of good distribution network as rank 4, e-commerce as rank 5, digital literacy as 6, and further. I found 17 major problems in my study, which needs serious attention, sir, in Patna districts. Thank you, sir. These are the picture of some of my surveys. I went to different offices. Thank you.
Hello. Sir, complete हो गया.
Thank you, Jaya.
Thank you, sir.
Presentation. Actually, I have some little observation about your study. The first observation is you have mentioned in your study this is the empirical study, but you have used both secondary data and primary data, so it cannot be an empirical study. Probably it is a hybrid type of study, so it cannot be termed as empirical study. When the empirical study is based on the direct observation, that means when you are collecting data directly from the respondent, and you have a direct observations by interviewing the sample observation. That is called empirical study. So it cannot be an empirical study. Better it can be a hybrid type of study. Second thing is, you actually mentioned in your research methodology what type of analytical techniques you have used in analyzing the secondary and primary data. Because you have jumbled up both the descriptive statistics and inferential statistics simultaneously. But it is better if you mention that I've used this type of statistics or this type of econometrics to fulfill the objective number 1, to fulfill the objective number 2, to fulfill the objective number 3. That will be better to understand what type of statistics or what type of econometric technique you have used to fulfill your objectives. Third is, in the impact portion, MSME and impact, you have used the word finance. Better it should be used instead of finance. It should be used as credit, because the credit facilities is more appropriate while you are using the impact study, that whether the credit facility is available or not, whether the MSME are getting credit facilities from the financial institution or not. These are These are more appropriate. Even you use the word finance. So these are the main observation about your study. But I want to ask you another question. Why you have selected this topic? What is the rationality behind the selection of this topic?
Sir, the rationality behind selecting the MSME as my topic, sir, because MSME is the backbone of the economy, not only India, as well as Bihar, as well as Patna. And for the development of economy, MSME has the maximum number of employment and the need of.
How do you know? Because you have not mentioned any observation, any research review based on the MSME is the backbone of economy. Is there any observation or is there any review of literature?
Sir, review of literature as many, sir, like Vipul Prakash in Bihar and Vishwajit Prakash Nair S. Das K. Many people have studied on this, that availability of MSME and employment generation is closely connected.
You have made a statement that MSME is the backbone of economy.
Yes, sir.
So do you have any relevant review of literature that MSME is the backbone of economy?
Yes, sir, I have. I have, sir. First of all, many relevant, like sir, Vipul Prakash, a very renowned professor of engineering college IT. He has very explained in detail as the MSME as the backbone, their contribution to the GDP, employment, and the growth of the economy. Since the people are employed, their standard of living also improved, which further enhances the development of the state or district or country.
Can you differentiate between growth and the trend? What is trend? What is growth?
Trade and growth.
Trend and growth. Because your first objective to estimate the trend of MSME. Your first objective. Go your first objective.
First objective is to define the maximum number of MSMEs growth in the economy.
No, your first objective. Please go to your first objective. What is your first objective?
वो slide कर लो. Slide. Just a minute, sir.
Slide show कराना.
हाँ, slide में है ना first objective. इसमें Sir, the first objective is to study the recent trends and magnitude of MSMEs in Patna district.
That's why I'm asking. What is the recent trend?
The recent trend shows the number of MSMEs increase, number of units registered increased, and the number of employment increased in the MSME sector.
Increase of what? What is the base year?
Base year said 2006.
Why you have selected 2016?
Because sir, 2006 has been taken as base year because since that time only the MSME Act was launched.
Okay, so what was the trend in between 2016 and 2026?
2006 to 2000. Sir, I have defined this relationship on the basis of correlation coefficient of secondary data.
You have mentioned in your first objective to study the recent trend and magnitude of MSME in Bihar or in Patna, whatever it may be.
Patna, sir. Yes, sir.
Patna. So what is the recent trend and magnitude of MSME in between 2016 and 2026?
It is increasing year by year, sir, consecutive years. And growth as well as employment too has been increased.
Increase in number.
And it has also contributed to the GSDP of the state, sir.
How much?
So, annually,
Huh?
it increased also.
What parameter you have selected to clarify the trends? What are the parameters?
Number of unit registered, number of employment, and the employment investment and number of unit registered. Employment investment and a number of unit registered, as well as investment growth.
In case of magnitude, what parameter you have selected?
Number of unit registered, sir, each year.
In case of trend?
In case of
Trend.
Trend.
You have used two words simultaneously, trend
yes,
and
sir.
magnitude. Trend and
Yes,
magnitude.
sir.
What is the trend? What is the magnitude?
Trends I can measure from the employment generation and GSDP contribution, sir.
This is the trend of MSME.
Growing trend, sir.
I'm not convinced actually. What type of formula you have used to calculate the trends?
Sir, for secondary data used correlation coefficient for primary second. Trends are the rising magnitude, size, employment, investment,
What
and
type
number
of
of growth
formula you have
opportunities.
used? What type of formula you have used? Is it linear trend or non-linear trend? What type of trend it is?
It is a linear trend, sir.
So what type of formula you have used? You have calculated the CAGR, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. CAGR and AGR.
So how you have calculated CAGR?
Initial versus current, initial minus current.
Actually, when you are using any linear equation, that means the equation is equal to y is equal to a plus bt. Is it so? Y is equal to a plus bt. This is the equation. Y is equal to a
Yes, sir.
plus
Yes, sir.
bt. So there will be a simultaneous two equations by using least square. The summation y is equal to na plus b summation t, and summation yt is equal to a summation t plus b summation t square. Have you followed this formula in
Yes,
this way?
sir. Yes, sir.
So what is the t?
T is the time period, sir.
That's really important.
Anyway, thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Lal.
That's the लिखना था वेरिएबल देना था फ्री टाइम
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Sir, I will send the report through mail
Okay, sir.
or WhatsApp.
Okay,
So
thank you, sir.
kindly send me the pro forma.
Okay, sir, I shall send you
Okay.
today.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm leaving now.
Okay.
3 major suggestions.
X सिर्फ P क्यों लिखती X T रहता ना Y और X किसी का फंक्शन Y किसी का फंक्शन होगा Y क्या है क्या लिखे है मैं पूछने दीजिए आप लोग को पूछिए वो दिखा ना कहाँ है जो रिग्रेशन लाइन तुम लिए हो मॉडल इक्वेशन मॉडल इक्वेशन क्या
ट्रेंड्स का ईयर
हाँ तो इसका मॉडल इक्वेशन नहीं है
एजीआर
हाँ नहीं जी आज तो अलग है आप
ये जी है।
बोलेंगे
टूल्स सर बहुत
आपने
सिंपल यूज किया था
मतलब आप ये नहीं किए नहीं रिग्रेशन लाइन नहीं बनाए हो
बनाए
मैं होगा जी रिग्रेशन इक्वेशन फिट किए हो क्या एच टी बोल रहे थे वो टी सिर्फ लिख दिए हो वो है
ये तो टी टेस्ट का है जो मैंने किया था रूरल में
ट्रेंड को दिखलाने के लिए आपने यूज किया है y इक्वल टू a प्लस डी एक्स डी एक्स टी होना चाहिए था चलो
ये जो MSME बेहतरी के लिए 3 सजेशन क्या है 3 महत्वपूर्ण सजेशन बताइए कैसे MSME को बिहार में इंप्रूव किया जा सकता
less paperwork, easy access of capital, and digital literacy. About the awareness of government schemes.
है इससे किसी कुछ आपको लगता है
ये बताइए
Financial availability. sir.
ये 3 जो सजेशन दिए इसके लिए रिसर्च करने की जरूरत थी क्या क्या तुम रिसर्च की क्या देखा
Sir, in Patna, I have suggested
ये तो सबके लिए लागू है पूरे देश के लिए ये सब कोई कहता है कि ये होना चाहिए तुम देखिए उसमें कुछ स्पेसिफिक मिला
पटना के लिए कुछ सजेशन दिए सर जैसे कि टू इंक्रीज हॉस्पिटैलिटी एंड टूरिज्म one thing and to encourage women led enterprises plus the need of Patna district is as the investment or industries with less investment marketing is there sir but it is थोड़ा सा वो e-commerce के कारण easy हो रहा है
एक और फोकसिंग नंबर ऑफ enterprises और एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन फोकसिंग निकालेंगे
तीनों के एम्प्लॉयमेंट वर्क
नंबर ऑफ पर एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन पटना कितना आया है एप्लीकेशन 0 from बिहार के पटना के बिहार के
ये कैसे बिहार का सर्विस
कुछ नाश्ता वास्ता कीजिए नाश्ता
सर ये था सर
इक्वेशन का काम इक्वेशन
CAGR.
और क्लिनिकल क्वेश्चन
जैसे आपके लिटरेचर में भी बताया कि बाकी सारे स्टेट्स में जैसे ठीक है, तो बाकी सारे स्टेट्स का जो रिजल्ट आ रहा है वो बिल्कुल सिमिलर टू यहाँ के रिजल्ट से या कुछ नया आपको जैसे लिटरेचर में तो आपको बहुत सारे स्टेट्स का है, I've just mentioned कि it has been done for different states and my peculiarity is that I'm concentrating over the Patna district, right?
Okay.
So I just want to ask you, have you gained something new which is in comparison to the previous state or previous reports or previous literature review? कुछ नया मिला है आपको या सारे स्टेट्स की जो समस्या की जो समाधान था वो आपके पटना डिस्ट्रिक्ट का भी कोलैप्स हुआ?
Ma'am, nearby 75 to 80% the problem was same, but a bit lower 25%. Our district is lacking more opportunities compared to other districts. The lacking in terms of marketing, finance, as well as education, awareness. Plus social factors are also there, ma'am, in Patna district.
कि पटना में यहाँ बहुत कम था महाराष्ट्र में यहाँ पे सरकार के पास कुछ बताना चाहिए इसके बारे में मतलब अगर मैं बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड करूँ तो मैं कहूँ कि बहुत to pick the Patna as already studies has been done on this topic.
पटना मैम देखिए एक मेजर कमर्शियल हब है बिहार का, प्लस मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज पटना में ही है, प्लस सिंस इट इज द कैपिटल ऑफ बिहार the emphasis is more on Patna district because
what kind of conclusion we have now? Your study is are going to similar with plan from other states. In Maharashtra में भी यही मिला, पंजाब में कुछ यही तो similar consequences आप
similar, yes ma'am, up to 75%.
और 25% आपको कुछ नया
lacking.
25% बताओ ना.
Every statement must be supported by logical data.
Data is ma'am the maximum number of entrepreneurs registered in other state was higher than Patna. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, even UP is in better position than
The
Bihar.
number of MSME is higher, registered higher than
Other district states, and so is the employment ma'am. But our population is bit higher than other states. Bihar is a populous state.
चलो थैंक यू आपको.
Thank you, sir. पर सर ने तो बोला नहीं, एक्सटर्नल सर ने.
अभी थोड़ा
क्या